So, as we know, United Airlines faced a large amount of backlash because they were pulling someone off a plane. This doctor they pulled off the plane, the Dr. Dow, resulted in large amounts of horrible publicity for a company that just doesn't need it. I mean, the airline industry is pretty much packed with competition. Last thing you want to do is have your name in the dirt. And that's exactly what happened after they displaced Dr. Dow because, well, not because they overbooked, which was a misstatement a lot of people made, and I think I made it too. They weren't overbooked. They were booked just right. They bumped passengers because they wanted to unbook passengers to fit in their own personnel. So I know on a show I did Friday, I had Freedom Friday, one of my callers called up, Don Bay from Missouri. Hope you don't mind me putting you out there, Don Bay. But heck, man, you from the great state of Missouri. You should be all right with it. Don Bay said, hey, man, this happens a lot, and this is not a big deal. I mean, he could have just complied. And to that I say, brother, yeah, he could have, but he didn't want to, right? So as much as I understand what you're saying when it happens to different people, minorities, and Dr. Dow is a minority, but I get what you're saying. When it happens to black folks specifically, people say, you should have just complied. Look, man, I get what you're saying, but still, these funky bastards over at United Airlines need to learn a lesson, and I think they did. And when I call out wrong activity by a corporation, man, I never do so just based on color anyway. I do it because they're wrong. So wrong when they unseated Dr. Dow, right? Wrong if they unseat Tim Black too. Wrong if they unseat, I don't know, a native indigenous person. I don't care who it is, man. We need to get rid of this policy. And if you got to fly a separate plane for your crew, do it. How about making them do an Uber? So anyway, the news on United Airlines has been updated is that they're now removing from their policies the whole unbooking garbage. Maybe they should reserve a couple of seats for their attendants. United Airlines is changing the company policy that will no longer allow crew members to displace customers already on board an airplane. The change comes, as you know, after Dr. Dow. So this is a small little, I don't know, consolation. I guess maybe United Airlines doesn't want to pay as much money as I think they're going to end up paying at the end of the civil suit that Dr. Dow was going to press against United Airlines. Let's get this right. I don't have a problem with all corporations. But once again, I have a problem with corporations who do the wrong thing. When they treat customers like garbage, you can expect me to hang my foot squarely in your hind parts. But once again, it's not overbooked. It's booked to capacity. They are overbooking it on their own. Like it's already, they don't sell seats they don't have. What they do is start erasing seats to fit their own people in. So don't you know your people need to travel? Doesn't United Airlines have the ability to know that if they have airline workers that need to travel place to place? Well, why don't you already have that factored in? Because they don't want to risk not having one seat open that doesn't get filled or two seats that don't end up getting filled. That's why. And they don't do enough pre-planning, planning ahead of time to make sure this crap doesn't happen. And when it does happen, they say, what the hell? They just people. Move them. They just pay to be here. Move them. What they going to do, drive? You know, this is a horrible, horrible attitude towards the people that keep you employed, towards the people that pay the bills for United Airlines. That's the update. United Airlines changing their horrible policy. And I hope the rest of the flight industry follows suit.